afternoon, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us on today's Supplier Series webinar. We are really fortunate to have David Miller, who is the president of Chocolate Inn, Taylor Grant, and Lanco with us today. And they've put together, and I've seen the slides on it, and they've put together a really nice presentation on products that your customers could use as they're starting to welcome their employees back into their offices, just to create that warm greeting and get everybody back into that really healthy mindset of being back in the office and working and really jumping in there and getting the teams back together. So David's going to talk about the product sets and the product ideas that they've got. I've been so impressed with suppliers this year. They've come up with such great ideas on how you can position products to your customers, ideas that we might not always just think of naturally. And so I think you'll get some really good ideas from here. And then we'll also show you from a website standpoint, and I've got Natalie Clark with me as well today, our marketing coordinator. And she is very well versed in websites, and she's going to show you how you can bundle up all of this information that David's going to present to you today and repurpose it onto your website so that you can very easily show your customers products and product ideas that will work really well for them as they are opening their offices back and bringing back employees. So, David, are you ready to get going?
Tiffany, I am ready.
Okay, and then if anybody has questions as we're rolling through today's information, feel free to use the chat functionality to send those in. At the end, we'll kind of go through some of those questions, and today's session is being recorded, so if anybody misses something, we are going to record this and send it out to everyone who's attending. So, David, I'm going to let you take it over.
Great, thanks. First of all, we really appreciate this opportunity. We're huge supporters of Distributor Central. We've partnered with Distributor Central for a number of years and consider it key towards presenting ourselves and our different products and initiatives to the industry. So we really welcome this opportunity. And what I'd like to do is, what I'm going to do, I'm going to talk a little bit about the company. I'm going to talk a little bit about how I see the environment. I'm going to go quickly through a trend deck that we put together, which we feel is very relevant to what's going on in today's environment. And then we're going to segue right into our return to work brochure, which is available to all of you in a client-friendly version that you're going to be able to utilize and send off to your customers. And also Tiffany and some of her colleagues, after I speak, are going to go through an exercise of showing you how to get some of these products, on your site so that your customers can see them. So, Chocolate Inn has been around for about 40 years. We started off as a chocolatier in the industry, and probably about 10 years ago, we sold the company to Nassau Candy. Nassau Candy is the largest manufacturer and distributor privately held within the country. And along that way, we acquired a number of companies. We acquired Taylor Grant, which was the largest food supplier in Canada. So we have a very significant footprint in Canada. And we ship to Canada on a regular basis with an FOB point in Canada. Along the way, we acquired some other edible companies. Then about 3 years ago, we acquired Lanco. Lanco is another top 40 supplier. Combined, we are the 25th largest supplier in the industry. And in acquiring them, that was our first foray into non-edibles. And why did we acquire Lanco? We knew the owner. They're about half an hour away from us. And what we liked about Lanco is not just that they were a top 40 supplier, not just that they had a good reputation in the industry for quick ship, but also that they were a manufacturer. We think that's very important, especially in today's environment where you're having all kinds of obstacles towards importing from overseas. And they're a manufacturer of candles, of lip balm, of sanitizer, of a number of other things. And this also gave us a nice opportunity to be able to kit, hard goods and edibles, which again, very relevant in today's environment. So of course, everyone knows what happened last year. The pandemic hit, and what we were selling, I think what everyone was pretty much selling and what was relevant in the marketplace was PPE. that we actually produce sanitizer domestically was a life preserver to us, and we became, I would pretty much say the lead supplier to this industry and providing a product that could be sold in this marketplace, and that was relevant. And then as the pandemic subsided a little bit and the environment opened a little bit more and the market got more saturated with PPE products, we luckily went right into our holiday season. And food was huge during last holiday season. We are most likely the foremost edible manufacturer in this industry. We supply mints to a lot of our competitors because we're a manufacturer. We manufacture most of the edibles that we represent and sell throughout the industry. And then coming into this year, what was everybody doing? They were working from home. So we put together a significant amount of kits. We always had different kind of edible kits, and we took it to a new level. We probably have about 50 SKUs of different types of edible kits with retail brands, with manufactured type items that we felt, and we were proven accurate in this forecast, would be a salient and important product to sell into this marketplace. Why? People are not traveling. People were not going to restaurants. People were pretty much staying home. They were working from home as well. So here are businesses. They have additional money. They have budgets that they're not utilizing. They want to send products to their employees to build morale. They want to keep top of mind with their customers. So what do? They have kits sent to their houses. And that's what we did. We put together all kinds of different edible kits, hard good kits, things for safety, things for enjoyment, things for experiences that we sent out. We'll go through that in the trend book. And as the environment opens up, and where we're going to end up with it in this presentation is that the environment's opening up. People are getting the vaccine. Restaurants are, opening up more. Movie theaters are opening up. And what does that mean? That means that people are going to be returning to work. We saw that was very relevant. As always, we want to be a vendor that you can look to for products that are relevant in this marketplace. And what we did was we put together a complete brochure of different types of kits that could be offered, different types of products that could be offered as employees are coming back to work. So we'll go through that as we go through the trend, but I just want the trend book and the brochure, but I just want to give you a little background into how we saw the environment. And this year, the Fed, a lot of economists are communicating and representing that this is going to be an extremely strong economic year. So look, it's a great time to start interacting or to keep on interacting with your clients. Not only as the environment opens up, you're going to see a lot of requests for core products, events, hospitality, etc. But also as people start coming back to work, these businesses are going to want to make them feel safe. They're going to want to build up morale and so forth. So let's go through the trend book, then we'll go through the brochure, and obviously I'd love to answer any questions that anyone has. Okay, let me just move this over a little bit. Okay, so this basically explains who we are. It's just a summary. I'm not going to go through all of it, but what I would like to point out is in one bullet where it says in-house seasoned customer service team. We were deemed an essential business during the pandemic because of our manufacturing of sanitizer, because of our manufacturing of edibles. We have a customer service team that's in-house, very experienced, that can answer all your questions with timeliness, that can interact on site with our operational teams and get you the answers that you need quickly and accurately. Let's talk about some of our core products. Lip balm, manufacturer of 14 different flavors. Being a manufacturer, we did customize the flavor. We just did actually a beer flavor for somebody. Yeah, quite interesting. Now, I don't know if anyone actually ate the lip balm in the hopes that it would cause them to become inebriated, but that was big for us. That was a huge order, about 500,000 lip balm. Also mints, like I mentioned, we're a manufacturer of mints, the only manufacturer of mints in the industry. We sell to all our competitors. We also have different mint shapes, same cost to us. So if you're an auto dealer, if your client's a real estate company, why not provide, a tin with mints that are a house shape or a car shape? It's going to resonate more. It's going to have more intrinsic value, and it's the same price. Microfibers, big item for us. Sanitizer, we mentioned. Candles, huge comfort item. Great for work from home. We manufacture them. It gives, it definitely promotes a stress-free type of feeling. And silicone wallets we're very big on as well. Silicone wallets, at some point, I think they're going to go the way of the dinosaur, and that's because of obviously cordless charging that's going on right now. Exclusive partner brands, let's talk about that for a second. We were in the food industry way before we were in the promo industry. We have a great reputation within the food category. Mrs. Fields, Godiva, Jelly Belly, M&M, we have exclusive relationships with them. They came to us because they had the confidence in us to represent their brands into this marketplace. They knew that we would limit any exposure and represent their brands properly. Godiva, Jelly Belly, and Lindt, we're the only ones that could actually imprint those brand names on our custom SKUs that we produce, in addition to your customer's logo. Mrs. Fields and My M&M, if you want to get that at all in the promo industry, you have to come to us. We have all different custom packaging for, Godiva, Lindt, Mrs. Fields, My M&M. These are items that you cannot get anyplace else except through us. And I have to tell you that these brands have really been resonating. We've sold more M&Ms, more Mrs. Fields in the first quarter that we sold, all last year, all in 2019. Gourmet food kits, huge for us. Now, people are sitting at home. They are not going out because they're nervous. They are not going to movie theaters. They're not really going to restaurants. Every TV show is a repeat. So what are they going to do? So we decided to make these kits not just something edible to promote goodwill, but also an experience. A family of 4 gets a kit. The baking kit, for instance, well, not only do they have some great cake or great brownies or great cookies to eat once they're done, but it's an activity that they could do together. So that's something that we put together. That's something that really resonated. The other thing, I mentioned in the beginning that Nassau Candy is our parent company. Again, why is that important? Because they're the largest distributor of food products in the country. So when you're looking to put together a kit and you have to be assured about inventory, if you have to be assured about compliance, if you have to be assured about, buying power that's going to equate to the best cost for you, if you have to be concerned about, expiration date on the product. I mean, this is what we do. We sell products all over the place. We're constantly turning the product, and we have very deep inventory. Thematic kits, we came into the summer. We wanted to put together some kits for you that were, seasonal by nature that would really resonate in this environment. Mrs. Fields cookies with a very, clever saying, chip, chip, hooray. Appreciate you every day. Donut thematic kit, happy hour kit. We put together a kit with old gummies, something that, edibles that we're not going to melt in this environment. And, as we started putting together kits, we started getting asks for less expensive kits, kits in which the MOQ was 1. So we put together these great canisters. They're all under $10 net. And what's great about them is they're self-mailers also. So you can put the edible within the canister. You put the UPS or USPS label on the other side, and it just gets mailed. Very impactful. Has a very creative slogan. You could do whatever you want on it, and so forth. Then we put together things for frontline workers, Doctors Day, Nurses Day, with all kinds of different slogans. You rock, hot chocolate bomb, you're the bomb, and so forth. But we wanted to, again, help you be creative with your customers, put together things that resonate and that are specific to different types of things that were going on. I think you're on mute. Again, we tried to put together something creative. This was specific to Zoom calls. You know, as people stop doing Zoom calls or it becomes less, maybe this won't be as relevant, but people love this. So we sold a significant amount of these items. And again, because it makes an impact, it was a combination with drinkware, with edibles, you know, the combination of Lanco and Chocolate Inn, and with some creative sayings to really make an impactful type of presentation when the recipient opened it. We were just talking about what are people doing at home. Well, we put together these creative edible types of games. So chocolate maze, chocolate puzzle, chocolate tic-tac-toe. So of course you could play these, and then of course when you know, you're done playing it, you're a little sick of the game, you could actually eat the piece. So these were great because not only did it make people you know, not only did people eat it, not only did it make them feel good, but they got to play around with it a little bit also. So again, it's all about being impactful. It's all about being creative. It's all about being top of mind. Look, I think a lot of your clients, a lot of businesses, they're looking to do two things right now. As their clients start coming back into the office, they want to keep morale up. People have been working from home for a year. They've been not having to get dressed. They've not been having to commute. They've been, you know, being able to relax at home. Their morale might be a little bit down as they're coming into the office. Same thing with customers. Like I said, the customers' clients. The economy is supposed to be the best it's been in years. So how do you stay relevant? How do your customers stay relevant with their clients? How do they stay top of mind? And that's why we put all these things together to really make an impactful type of presentation. Return to work gifts. Welcome back your staff. This is somewhat of a condensed version. We're going to go over the brochure right after this. But again, we separated out into safety, wipes, sanitizer, masks, different types of kits, so your employees or your customers' employees feel safe. And then we did some fun types of things to keep morale up. We die cut and make these boxes ourselves in-house. We put together these wrapper bars, you know, again, in-house or with clever sayings, combining the welcome back mug set, Mrs. Fields, hot chocolate bomb. So these are some different things that when the employees return to work, you know, they have not only something for safety on their desk, but they have something fun also. And again, we produce these boxes and die cut them in-house, retail looking box, full color, you can get as few as 100 pieces. Spring into season, we have different types of drinkware. We produce sunscreen. The drinkware is very retail looking. We have different types of proprietary tins, flip-flops, surfboards, shopping bags, things that really resonate, things that are really specific to the environment and the season. The food that's in the cooler bag, as you can see, very seasonal, very specific to it being a spring and soon summer. Amazing drinkware deals. Again, we have very deep inventory. I want to keep on reinforcing that. Also, on a lot of these drinkware items, we are on a one-day ship. We've been hearing that a lot of the market is doing away with 24-hour. I can assure you that we have a few hundred products that we can turn in one day. That's going to have continuity. We have very deep inventory, and our pricing is specific to being a manufacturer and having the buying power that we have. Same thing with bags, 24-hour rush, no charge, deep inventory, so you don't have to worry about the products being out of stock, and very, very low cost. And again, when I say low cost, we try to comp ourselves. We want to be the lowest price. We want to be your resource for whatever kind of opportunities come your way. Again, deep inventory, 24-hour service at no charge, and very competitive pricing. Ace, that's something we're introducing. We acquired a contract decorator a couple of years ago. We found in acquiring a contract decorator where we were getting apparel supplied to us that it was missing items. It was back ordered. It was, you know, the product was sent to us in error. So what did we do? We decided to buy an apparel company. The apparel company is specific to outdoor apparel, very retail looking. And in addition, what we're making it a give back collection line. 1% of proceeds are going to be donated to the National Park Foundation, and that's going to be introduced next month. And this again, we're talking, you're seeing, look, you're reading the newspapers, you're seeing about the environment, your clients, especially the bigger clients, they want to vet you. They want to say, hey, what kind of sustainability efforts are your vendors adhering to? Corporate social responsibility. What kind of corporate social responsibility guidelines do they adhere to? So this is important, and this is something that will definitely resonate with your clients. So now we're going to jump into the return to work brochure. Okay, so now we're going to talk about return to work. Let me make this a little bit smaller. Actually, I think it looks, yeah, let me make it a little bit smaller. I think that's a little bit better for everyone. So again, sweet ideas to welcome your team back. This is a brochure. We have a client-friendly brochure. We can put your name on this brochure. And again, if you haven't had that conversation with your customers, you need to have it now. Like I said, before it was work from home, your customers, their employees are going to be coming back to work if they haven't already. And your customers need to be prepared. They need to make sure that their team feels safe. They need to make sure their team feels loved. And how better to make them feel loved by some sort of chocolate or some other type of item, candy item, or the numerous other things that we're representing. So again, with the breadth of products and the categories, which is about 85% of the marketplace, we have a lot of products coupled together, edibles, mugs, drinkware, bags, and so forth. So you see a lot of different items that are represented on this first one that we already went over. We're talking about the snack tubes again. Terrific, because the tubes, not only are they safe mailers, but these different tubes can also be personalized with the employee's name. They can be sitting on the employee's desk, and it can have a very creative saying that the employee can, read and, resonate with them before they bring the candy home, or they can eat the candy in the office. Welcoming your team back, custom wrapper bars, mugs with coffee. Again, different types of products coupled together. Now, I have to tell you, we have a whole product development team. What does that team do? If you want something, but you do not see it on our website, you do not see it, on any of our marketing material, just call. What that product development team is, they'll take whatever products that you see and couple them together if that's what your client wants, or kit them together if that's what your client wants. There's obviously an infinite amount of variables with all these different products and fills that we have. So that's why we have a product development team, so your customer can get exactly what they want. And if we don't have it, we'll source it. And let's say your customer is stuck on a specific mask. They want to put together a $100 kit, but they say, you know what? I want this mask, and it's not something we carry. Send us the mask. We're more than happy to add it to the kit. M&Ms, we spoke about already. We have an exclusive relationship with My M&M. If you want to get M&Ms in the promo marketplace, you need to get them from us, and they could be imprinted. They could be specific to color. M&M offers a very, very attractive shipping rate, for their product. And these types of edible high-end brands are really resonating in this type of environment. Godiva, M&M, Mrs. Fields. Like I said, we're getting more ask for that than we ever had. And again, to make something very impactful, imprinted right on the M&M, which I think really resonates with the customers. Candy and desk drops. We have things from all different price points. If you want something where we're just making the die cut box, which are those items on the right, or just some different candies, again with some drinkware SKU that again we decorate in-house, we can do that for you. And it doesn't have to be the ones here. Your customer might say, you know what, we want to be healthy, we want trail mix. Well, you know what, we actually roast our own nuts. So we can put together any kind of assortment of nuts or trail mix for you and, put it in the drinkware and ship it accordingly. S'mores kits. S'mores is huge. We get asked for that all the time. We put together all these different die cut boxes that we make in-house. We have all different types of kits. But again, s'mores is very big for us. We manufacture most of the items in the s'mores kit, and it really seems to resonate with your customers, and I'm sure with your customers' clients once it's received. And again, we try to be creative. It says on the s'mores kit, a match made in sweet heaven. We think it's creative. We like it. If you want to do something else, please feel free to send us whatever kind of imprint you'd like on top. Cooler bag kits. Again, we're all about kitting. Cooler bags, very, very relevant as it becomes warmer out. Again, great to leave on your employee's desk. Have it, with some drinkware. Have it with some candies that are specific to, the current seasonality. Popcorn, retail brand like Skinny Pop, Cape Cod potato chips. We can get very specific for you. Now let's segue into safety. Your employees are coming back. Not only do you want them to feel good, and again, nothing does it better than food, but you also want them to feel safe. We put together all kinds of kits. It's obviously very cost efficient and cost effective because, again, we're manufacturing the sanitizer in-house. So we have sanitizer in the kits, we have masks, we have, some extra things like tins and lip balm that you might need if you're wearing a mask for an extended amount of time. But again, we can, pair and couple things together. It does not have to be the kits that we're representing. Microfiber cloths for people cleaning off their workstations. We actually sublimate the microfiber cloths, least expensive in the industry, full color, because it's sublimated, it's soft on both sides. Again, a great item that we're getting a ton of orders for. Different sanitizer, gel packs, wipes. Again, these are all things that your customers can utilize to making their clients, their clients' employees feel safe. I'm sorry. This is all perfect stuff that your customers can utilize to make their employees feel safe in this marketplace. I mean, I have a sanitizer bottle on my desk. I have a bucket of wipes on my desk. I clean my desk with it. I clean my hands with it. Mint tins, again, we discussed. Lip balm, the mints we produce in-house. We do all the industry-specific shaped mints. Lip balm, again, we manufacture it, all these different flavors. Stops your lips from being dry, especially when you're wearing a mask. Again, all around the different types of masks that we offer, and we can imprint them. Different types of drinkware. We're very deep in drinkware. Mugs, tumblers. We imprint full color, one color, 24-hour ship, lowest pricing in the industry. So again, if you need something quick, I know that there are a lot of impediments with a lot of the different channels in the marketplace due to containers being scarce out of China, due to the Suez Canal being blocked with a sunken boat for about a week or two. So again, we're a domestic manufacturer. We have deep inventory, very well positioned, based on last year. Drinkware drop-ins. So here we have these great bottles and tumblers that we introduced, into the spring. And we said, well, what can we couple it with? So of course, what came up? Lemonade, iced tea, energy mix. And this is something that could obviously be poured into the bottle and drank. And what does it say again? All drinkware available with 24-hour rush service. We have the infrastructure, we have the inventory to support 24-hour rush. And again, I know you're not going to believe it, but we're doing this 24-hour rush at no additional charge. Talking about some of the drinkware coupled with some edibles. And again, you could couple it with anything. These are just some ideas that we have. And again, 24-hour rush service. I know you're probably getting sick of me saying it, but 24-hour rush service, no additional charge. Welcome back. Talking about apparel, contract decorating. Again, we've seen that a lot of the apparel companies, they're challenged with getting their product from overseas, sizes, colors. We have very deep inventories. We decorate in-house. We could be your, all one-stop shop. So that really ends the presentation. We went over the trend deck. We went over the return to work brochure. We want to be there for you. We want to help you generate revenue. We feel we have those products relevant and necessary for you to present to your customers as the environment's opening up. Again, we think that things that are very relevant right now are having a deep inventory, are being able to turn on a dime when your customers are unsure about when and how they're going to spend their monies, and price. I mean, we're very well positioned on price across all categories. So Tiffany, that ends my presentation. I'd love to take any questions that anyone
Yeah,
has.
we've got some really great questions, and that 24-hour rush thing is such a big deal, and I think it's something that does need to keep being talked about, because there are so many other resources in the industry that have had to limit or reduce their abilities to turn a 24-hour product, and customers this day and age are really used to that, being able to buy something quickly or buy something, not on time because they forgot, and you have to be able to move very quickly with the industry. And we're seeing other places that might have had 24-hour rush have to reduce that ability, where you guys are actually ramping up your ability to make buying and getting products into customers' hands easier.
I appreciate that, and I'm glad you're pointing that out, because thank you. That's just reinforcing what our feeling is, that's really resonating and necessary in this environment. And yeah, I'd love to answer any questions that anyone has.
So where are you producing your kits? Where are they being decorated at?
We are in New York. We have two facilities about half an hour away. One's all edibles, one is all hard goods, and that was the old Lanco facility. But what's interesting is we also have distribution centers. So while we're not manufacturing, we have distribution centers in Florida, in Texas, in Michigan, and in Los Angeles and San Francisco. Plus, I also mentioned we have an FOB in Brampton in Canada. So what that means is, if you have an ice order that has to be manufactured, well, we can manufacture it. We will manufacture it in New York. We can couple it with our truck that actually delivers to any of these distribution centers on a weekly basis. So again,
well, that's really great to have that many places where you can get products out faster.
Well, again, that's just distributed product. If it has to be customized in any way, it still needs to be procured, and that's just edible distribution centers. If it's going to be procured, any hard goods, or it's going to be customized, it still will come out of New York, but we could utilize these different trucks to really keep your freight costs very inexpensive.
Great. You guys have put together a really nice presentation. Do you have any of this content where these flyers are customizable for distributors to be able to use to send to their customers?
We do. Everything that I've shown to you and everything we create prior and ongoing is customizable. We'll do it for you. You can change whatever you want. Obviously, you can put your name on it. All you have to do is email. You know what I'm going to do? Actually, Tiffany, if you send me everyone's emails afterwards,
I'm going
to. Then we'll just send them. I'll indicate all this in an email to everyone. We'll let them know it's available. We'll let them know what we could do. But we have the resources and, like I said, the infrastructure to support any kind of marketing that they need to do and want to do directly to their clients.
Great. And on some of these kits and on all these really cool products, and I even picked up a couple ideas in the presentation, can you do any of this personalized with variable data?
We can. A couple of things we can do. I'm not sure if everyone recalls, but when we talked about the tubes, let me see if I can get up there. The tubes, we can actually do with personalized data. So a lot of different things that we produce full color can have personalized data. Wrapper bars, see if you take a look on the tubes, can be personalized with each individual employees and have that extra special touch. We can do that same thing with tins if we're producing full color, same thing with chocolate wrapper bars. So we do have that ability for several different items.
Great. I really like those tubes. That was one of the things that I wrote down. On those tubes, the products inside of there, do you have any content or information on the shelf life of some of the fills that can go in there?
Oh, 100%. I mean, most of the shelf life on these different products is a year. There are some products that are less than a year, but a year is typical and standard as an average for most of the products that can fill those different tubes. And as we do get into the warmer months, obviously we suggest, filling it with non-melt items, gummies, cookies, hard candy, things of that nature, jelly beans.
And on your 24-hour ship, does that 24-hour turn also include an e-proof or a virtual sample? Can that be done as well?
Not in 24 hours. Part of,
Okay.
if you need to get us the order by, we have certain parameters, about half a dozen. You need to get us the order by 2 p.m. Eastern, but you do need to forgo a proof so that we can get the order right into production.
Great. Gosh, there was like tons of really great questions. I'm trying to kind of consolidate some of these. And everyone that's in the presentation today, you are going to get this whole presentation emailed to you so that you can go back and reference it. There was just a lot of really great information. When I see these things, I look at them and then I'm like, oh my gosh, that's such a great idea. And then something else happens and somebody else calls me, and I need to be able to really quickly and easily get this stuff in front of my customers. So one of the things we wanted to do here at the end of this webinar is I was going to have our marketing director, Natalie, show you how to take this great information and get it onto your website so that you can either designate a spot on your website or take these product ideas and create a flyer or create a landing page that you could send your customers to. And not only can they see these product ideas and how they can be kitted and bundled, but they can also purchase it right there online in a point of purchase format in an e-commerce manner on your website. And if you're on the webinar today and you're not familiar with Distributor Central, Distributor Central exists because of suppliers like David and because of Lanco and Taylor & Grant and Chocolate Inn. We exist because these suppliers find value in technology and find value in helping a distributor sell more products more efficiently. Just like this presentation that they've put together and their resources in helping you create product flyers with your logos on them that are customizable to help you sell faster. They invest in this technology so that you can research these products, build these kinds of flyers, and have e-commerce focused websites. So we exist because of suppliers like David. And if you're not familiar with what we do, all you need to do is go to DistributorCentral.com and I'll make sure that you have an account. And Natalie, if you're ready, I was going to pass this over to you and let you run through pulling these product ideas together and putting them onto your website. And if you don't already have a website with DC, we'll help you get one started and help you get a niche website set up. Or if you already have one, we can show you how to take these products and add it to an existing site. Natalie, everyone can see your screen now. And if you've got more questions, send them in. I'm going to send all the Lanco, Chocolate Inn, Taylor Grant questions over to David. But if there's questions that we can answer about DC, I'll be fielding those. So if you have more things to ask, just send it on in.
Great. Thanks again.
You're welcome.
Okay, so I'm gonna kind of give you a quick overview of how you could easily add some of the return to work items that David had went over. And basically what I did is I went through his little catalog and I pulled some different ideas that were easily, that I could take and easily create some product collections to be able to add to, like, if you already have an existing Distributor Central website. So I've actually already created a website and I'm in a distributor account already. And so I'm going to go to that website by going to Websites Hosting Manager, and it's going to pull up my list. And so here's my back to work website that I created, and I'm going to click Manage. And then within this website, there's an area for product collections. And so this is where I'm going to go and I'm going to build out those product sets. I'm going to click Manage right here. And this shows all of the different collections of products that I already have on my website. I'm going to want to do Add Collection. And in this case, I'm going to name it Back to Work. And then I'm going to hit this Add to Filter. And I'm going to use Supplier as my filter. And I'm going to type in chocolate. Oh, if I could type right. Chocolate Inn Lanco is right here. I'm going to choose that. And I'm going to hit Save. And so this, right now, this is pulling in all of their products. And I noticed that a common thing with a lot of their really good, the good products that they have within this kit, or within that brochure, is that they call it a kit. So I'm going to add another filter, And this is just to get like a real general product set that I can use for my main back to work. And I'm going to do keyword, and I'm just going to type in kit. I'm going to hit save. And so it tells me that there's 110 products from Chocolate Inn Lanco with the keyword kit. And now once I build that, I can actually preview it over here. If I hit preview and I choose back to work, I can see what products it's pulling back, just to make sure that those are kind of items that I want. And so I've kind of already pre-looked at this, and I feel like that's a good collection, you know, for just an overall collection of products to call my back to work collection. But then if I want to go even further and maybe add like a drop down menu to my website, I can do that by I went through and I'm going to do add here. I'm going to name it gift sets. Probably should put back to work, just so if I have other gift set collections, I know which one I need to pull. I'll hit add filter. I'm going to do that supplier filter again. Choose Chocolate Inn Lanco. I'll hit save. Then I'm going to hit add filter again. I'm going to go to keyword, and I'll put in gift sets. I'll hit save. So that's going to pull back all of their products that have the keyword gift sets. And so there are 75 there. I could do another one, and maybe I want to highlight the Miss Fields products. So I'll type Miss Fields. I'll hit add filter. I'm going to go by supplier. And then now I'm going to add the keyword Miss Fields. And so that's going to pull back all their products that have the Miss Fields brand. Once again, I can go and I can preview these just to see what it's pulling back. And so there's those items. Another example would be like if you wanted to have some of those safety products on there. And so if you want to feature just their products, every time you're going to go and you're going to add that supplier filter, unless you only want a website with only their products on it. If you only want Chocolate Inn's products on your website, you can actually add it as a global filter. And then any other collection you create down here, it's automatically going to filter that out. But in this case, this is my main website, and I have, I want all the suppliers on it. But let me go back here. So now I'm going to add for this safety, I'll do keyword and I'll type in safety. And then I'm also going to type in sanitize. And then I can preview that to see what it pulls back. And if I'm good with that, then I can go back into my collections. And once I'm done creating those, I'm going to click publish. And that's going to send those to that website that I already have created. Another thing that you can do if you want to be able to like really get specific with the products that you would choose, up here in the main product search, you can type in Chocolate Inn, and then you can come down here and say view all products from Chocolate Inn. And then it's a little slow. Come on. Not sure if my internet connection or my computer's overloaded right now.
Sometimes I think GoToMeeting slows me down just a little bit. But it's just, these are really like just easy ways, and our team will help anybody that wants to do that. I think that having a website that'll sell for you and showing and telling your customers and kind of like holding their hand through what you want them to buy, you can easily do that by taking these product ideas that suppliers are putting out there and making subsets of products on your website. Just sometimes too many decisions and you can't make any decision. So I really like the way that David's packaged all these products together, and then you can take that content and repurpose it and package it together on your website to make the buying process even easier for your customer.
Okay, so I finally got their products loaded up. And so now I could go through here and I could refine my search by category or, type in specific keywords. If you wanted to actually pick and choose exactly what products you want to feature in your return to work, and all you have to do is with those products that you want to feature, you would hit this add to list button. And I've actually already went through and kind of picked some, and you can see that they say in list already. But you can just go through and like specifically drill down the products that you may want to feature, and it's going to add them to our product list tool. And so then once you have those, you can save it. And then from here, I can add this list to my website. I'm going to hit add to website. And it's going to ask me to choose the website that I want to send it to. And I hit add to website. And it's automatically sending that list that I created to my website. So now if I want to go get into the website, I'll go to Websites, Hosting Manager. Under here, I'll click Manage. And now I'm going to click Edit. And so now I want to go and I want to make those collections featured like on my homepage or like add a drop down. So you do that here in the editor. And so first thing you'll want to do is go to Library, Links, and say add all collections as links. And that's going to automatically pull in all of those collections that I created. So now I can link to them within the website editor. So anywhere in the website editor, if you hover over, it'll kind of shade in what you're hovering over. And to edit any part of that, when you hover over it, if you double click, it pulls up the editing capabilities for that block. So I'm going to add a drop down group here for back to work or return to work. And then from there, I can start adding those special links that I had created. So gift sets, back to work safety. There was Mrs. Fields. And it's putting them all down here at the bottom. So I've got so many different links there. So it puts them down here at the bottom. I want to just drag them and drop them up into that group that I created. And then I hit done. And so now I have this return to work on my nav bar. You save it, and if you hit live preview, you can go and see that now I have those on my site. I also used Canva to create a quick banner to add to here on these rotating banners. So I'm going to double click here. And I'll click add slide. Either you could add a slide or you could just replace one existing. I'll go ahead and replace. And so then you'll upload your image. This particular template These banner images are 1600 by 400 pixels. So when I went into Canva, I said create new design, and I chose 1600 by 400 as my size. And then I found a design in there. I think I typed in work, and I picked like just a background image of a desk, and then I added my text in Canva. It took me like 2 minutes to create that in Canva. You don't have to have any design skills at all. So that's another really good tool for whenever you're wanting to update graphics on your website, but maybe you're not a graphic designer. So I've added that. Now I got to go pick my link, and I'm gonna use that featured collection where I hand selected those products. And so I'm gonna link that to that. So now I have a banner within my rotating carousel images that's gonna also feature those products. Another thing we have is, this is our product ribbon block. So maybe you wanted to feature some of those items as a product ribbon. You can change this out. You just double click here, and you go and you want to say collection, and then you're going to choose whatever collection you want. So maybe you want those Mrs. Fields products there, and you can change what the title is. So it automatically changed it to collection, the collection name, but if you wanted it to be a different title, you could do that. And then there's some other options here that it lets you control. So I'm going to hit save, do live preview. Let's just update this. It's still not updated. I want to update here. Oh, I guess it helps if I hit save. Okay, so now I saved it. Now I live preview, and now this has those Mrs. Fields products as my product ribbon here.
Great.
So those are just a few of the ways that you can take some of the information that these suppliers are putting out. They're doing a really great job of giving you those ideas, and this is just an easy way that you can quickly get those ideas to your website and feature those. We also have the ability to create a customer presentation site. So we have a few more minutes, so I can show you that really quick, just so you can kind of.
Natalie, why don't we add the content on creating a presentation site? Just because I know there's like a lot of like moving back and forth with, and just creating product sets and stuff. And we've got really detailed webinars on some of those, but our team is ready to help you create product collections with some of these products that are presented today, and we can show you how to add them to an existing website, and we've got step-by-step directions on how to do that, and this recording will go out after the session's over, and we'll email it out. But just reach out to info@distributorcentral.com with any additional questions, or if you need to create a pop-up shop with these products and get these out to your customers, we can certainly help do that. I really appreciate everyone's time today.
One thing that I wanted to add real quick too is, whenever you create how I hand-picked those products and I created that list, you can use that list over and over and over to add to other websites, other presentations, or even in your own searches. So that's a really good tool that's quick and easy to be able to repurpose, quickly.
But that's just done from a product search, and that's super simple.
Yeah.
Well, thanks everyone for your time today, and we're going to send all this out. David, thank you so much for your time. Thank you to suppliers like you that take the effort to build really great content and really good product ideas to help distributors sell ideas to their customers, because I think sometimes the most creative wins, and you've presented some really great and creative ideas that distributors can go back to their customers with.
Great, thanks, Tiffany.
All right, thanks so much, guys. Everyone have a great afternoon.